Diane and Denmark here. Rah, rah, rah. Let's get straight into it. You know the drill. One item a day keeps the clutter away. This is real life decluttering. I film every day. I show you what I'm decluttering, why I'm decluttering, and where it is going. And a little reminder, a little public service announcement for those of you who are following along with me doing the Flylady system. This week's zone, and remember, you don't need to be decluttering from this zone, just declutter anywhere you can. But this week, where we are focusing in our attention for detailed cleaning, detailed decluttering, is here in the bedroom, Flylady Zone 4. Anyway, buckle up, because here comes the items from this week. So what do we have today? A couple of items from the garden, some cushions, and they have gone moldy. Some of them have lost their stitching. So I can't hand these on to anybody else. I've tried cleaning off this, doesn't work. So those are going out, and then come over because I've got more stuff in the garden shed. Hope you can see me. It's beautiful sunshine today. Anyway, in the garden shed, I had some shelving, but I've decluttered so much in here. Now the shelving is going, and as you can see, it's also kind of falling apart. So this is going. There we are. Woo! And also an old plant pot, which I had been using to pick up apples that fall off the apple trees. But this one can go as well, because I've got other pots. So have a look in your garden shed or in your garage. Maybe there's one thing you can let go of. Maybe you want to look through your garden implements, gardening gloves. What have you got stored in there? I'm going to find one thing, and I'll see you tomorrow. And here we go again. Now, excuse the high-pitched sound. It's not me, it's our water and heating system. It's doing some kind of a reset. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm in the basement. This is where we keep the luggage. This is also where I've got a box of sports stuff, you know, things that I use for running, like little crampons that can go over your shoes when it's icy, swimming stuff. You get the idea. And I found quite a few things that can go. And I've also gone through my swimming towels. You cannot have failed to notice that I am a skinny dipper, a winter swimmer, an ice swimmer. So I've got towels that I use for that. And I've gone through my towels, and these are the ones that are staying. And whenever I get a badge, I like to put it on my little hand towel. Anyway, here's what is leaving the building today. Remember, we were just looking for one thing, but you know how it goes. You start looking, and if you look, you shall find. Starting off with a running belt. I never run that far that I need a little belt with me, so that can go. And all of these things, if they're in good nick, they'll go to our next swap party. Otherwise, they'll go out in the recycling. One of these things, you know, remember when you used to put your phones in your arm and whatever? I can put my phone in my running tights. It's got pockets. I've never been into that kind of thing. So that can go. A little bottle that you could hold and put your keys in. A bathing mat. Now remember, we're changing outside often when it's snowing, raining, blowing a gale. And it's always really nice to have some kind of extra warmth underneath your feet. But this one is surplus to requirements. But I am thinking it can go somewhere else. So that's not going to the swap, but I'll reveal that soon. A waterproof bag, never going to use that. I actually got that one of our swaps, but that can go back. Some small towels. These are ones that I got in Japan, and while they are nice, I don't need to hold on to them. They're all freshly laundered, and this one is more like a little neckerchief, handkerchief thing. It's pretty, but I'm not going to use it. And who recognises this? Are there any Doctor Who fans in the house? This is a towel that the kids got years ago from my brother in Scotland, who always buys the fun, crazy things, the crazy uncle. And they had a lot of fun with it. They used it, and I used it as well, but I don't need a towel that looks like the TARDIS. So that one is also going onto our swap. Plenty of life in it yet. But we still have the Daleks. Exterminate. They're down here in the toy box. And also down here, as you know, this is where we keep our luggage. I've got a luggage strap. It's nice, but again, surplus to requirements. Don't need that. I mean, how many do you need? And really, whenever I travel these days, it's always with the rolly case. I'm never checking in luggage. That happens maybe once a year. And a couple of other random items. These were some small lamps from IKEA. They're battery operated and you can hang them up. But should I hold on to those? Maybe not. Those are on probation because actually they might be useful for a project that I have. Anyway, your turn. Go and find one thing. Remember, we're just looking for one thing, but you see how things snowball. Okay, where are we today? We are back in the garden shed. I'm just going to put the light on because it's a wee bit dark today. And I'm really motivated to get this place even more decluttered over the next coming weeks because I had this brainwave. I'm going to put in my cold water plunge pool, recovery pod, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put it in here for autumn and winter. Then I can come in, I can just hang up my dressing gown, take a quick dip. So anyway, a few items to show you of things that are leaving. I've got this kind of archery set, you know, the bows and arrows. I've even got, what do you call them? Is it a quiver? I'm all a quiver. These belong to the kids and I'll check with them. I'm pretty sure they don't want to keep them. And actually, the time that we bought these was around the time of the Hunger Games film. Do you remember everybody wanted to be Katniss? And we got them at a Viking market. I'm pretty sure that's where these came from. Anyway, there's a new Hunger Games coming out. Is it this autumn? So I'm sure they're going to be back in fashion again. So I'll probably be taking those to our next swap party. And I've also got another couple of items. I keep flags in here and one of the flags has got broken. So I'm going to fix that. It's not going out. I'm just going to fix the flag. The Scottish ones. And the bathing mat that you saw me decluttering in the basement, that's going to go here. I'm going to be able to benefit from that this winter. But the lamps, I had thought, oh, maybe I could hang them up in here. But actually, in the dark mornings or in the dark evenings, I'm probably going to put some fairy lights in here. So I really don't need these ones. So I'm not hanging on to them just in case these are going too. Okay, oh, and I've got one more thing. One of these IKEA basket things, and it's really pretty grubby. I'll see if I can clean it up. And if I can clean it up, I might use it. Otherwise, it will go to the swap. And if I can't get it cleaned up, it will be going to plastic recycling. Okay, your turn. Okay, are you ready to declutter? One more thing. Okay, I am in, messy here this morning. I am in our hallway, which is Flylady Zone 1. Flylady Zone 1 is the entry to the house, hallway, dining room. And I've got one item to show you, actually two. A shoe stand. Now, as you already know, in Denmark, when we come in the door, we take off our shoes. You don't wear shoes inside the house. You wear Hygge fluffy socks, you wear slippers, or you wear some form of house shoes. Shoes that aren't worn outside. And when the kids lived here at home, we had, a lot of shoes. But this one, this was actually a street find. And actually it was really nice. And, I'm sorry, still fluffy here. And it was actually in really good condition, still in good condition, so I can hand it on to somebody else. But I've realized that since hubby and I have been empty nesters, we don't need the shoe rack. We can just make do with the shoe trays that we have. Now I'll show you the shoe trays. You know, this type of thing. We have our ones from IKEA, and they just kind of collect any dust or dirt, or if you've got wet shoes when you come in the door. And I've realized that I'm just going to be using these from now on. And also in the kitchen, I'd put a basket with some little magnetic hooks, and I had put it on the end of the fridge freezer just to put in like my, gardening shoes or shoes if I'm quickly going out in the garden. But actually, I'm just going to have the trays, and that is it. So my items for today are the shoe rack and a basket. So I'm going to give this a clean out, and this can be passed on. Okay, so over to you. Go and find something, just one item for today. Remember to keep writing down below what items you are finding so we can all encourage each other. And one more for the road. This is my item for today. I went through my packed lunch boxes, and I've got this small one. It's got a little flap. You could put your almonds in there, your raisins. I'm not going to use it again, so I'll check with the kids. And if it doesn't go to the kids, it goes into the bag for our next swap party. Just one coming up, woohoo. And a little bit of exciting news. I've got some exciting projects coming up. More of that in my next video. Anyway, I hope you feel motivated to go and declutter. Just one thing. See how easy it is. Just one thing. And if you've enjoyed the video, I hope you will take just a couple of seconds to put a comment in, even an emoji comment. It just lets me know that you are out there. Share with a friend or a decluttering group. And of course, like and subscribe. Of course, you're already done. Anyway, I shall see you very soon with exciting news. And all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the decluttering Hygge be with you. And I'll send you off on your merry way with the rah, rah, rah. Okay, bye for now.